Well, well, well. Look who it is. Back for another win. It's you. And me. What's going on, guys? And girls. I'm sure we have a few women in here. I'm sure we got a few women up in here. I think my audience is like 98% male across all platforms. Back for another win, huh? Back for another win. But right now, 72% of people are bullish off the open. I'm leaning bullish as well. Not gonna lie. Noreen says, yes, I'm here. Welcome, Noreen. We have no news today. There's some 8:30 news tomorrow. Some GDP stuff. But we got the dub here yesterday. Around 9:45-ish. Took it long to 30K. Now we're up past that, so we're making new all-time highs, as you can see here on the daily. Right? So I'm bullish. No reason to swap. Sorry, no reason to swap. But we'll talk about here, kind of just go into a little bit more detail of why I'm bullish. We already talked about news. So let's do POIs. I gotta give away one of these indicators on stream. So yeah, little candle to closure here on the hourly after a run up. If you go look at the daily profile real quick, obviously I'm bullish because, you know, this whole entire run, no reason this flip flop, bullish until proven bearish. I put something in the Discord. I recapped my trade from yesterday. If you haven't seen that yet, it is in the Zach Trades channel, right? But I said we are bullish until proven bearish when trading all-time highs, right? So that's what we're talking about here. Don't overcomplicate it. It was fun, right? We've been talking about 30K for a while. We took longs right to it. First time NQ hit 30K, so that was cool. We're a part of history. But if you haven't seen that yet, go and watch it. It's like an 8-minute video. If you want to see the actual live execution of it, you can go back to the stream and watch me take it live. It was only 5 minutes. We were in the trade for 5 minutes. But here's kind of where I broke it down after the fact and showed executions and everything. So go check that out. But we're bullish until proven bearish on the higher time frames. Yeah, you might see this like 1 hour candle closure here. Like, oh my gosh, I want to short down into this. But this should just be a retracement to go higher. Just a retracement on a lower time frame, right? Personally, we need to see how we open. But we're just looking to long these retracements, right? Just looking to long these. That's all it is. And yeah, if we run for a bit, it might want to come down and sweep one of these lows, but then reverse, right? And keep going. So just like we did here, there's SMT there actually, right? You could get some kind of major retracement, but then the run just continues, right? So we need to see some kind of closure on a higher time frame, like 4 hour, daily, things like that, for me to want to take a short down, you know? Otherwise, it's just wake up and look for longs every day. And that's fine, because that makes bias easy, you know? Much rather have this one-sidedness than this right here, you know? So this is what we prayed for. Remember when we were stuck in this? This is what we prayed for. But I'll be honest, like a lot of this run you couldn't really catch because it was off Iran news happening overnight. So at least now I kind of feel like we're getting some decent price action here and there. So I'm bullish. We can talk about gold here in a second, but POI wise, if we look at the daily profile real quick, each one of these 7-hour candles, you have Asia, London, and New York here. Asia so far has made the low of the day, and we've had continuation in London. So now we're kind of looking for that same continuation in New York to go higher. So kind of just monitoring that. 4-hour. We have a long wick at the current moment, but we still have the open in 48 minutes. So not really much on a 4-hour except this low maybe. The swing low right here at the current moment in time. Obviously, this could come down before 10 o'clock, and this wouldn't be a swing low anymore. But there is a low on the 1-hour there. So, yeah, I'm kind of just monitoring this imbalance here, this one here, and this one here as price kind of retraces. Would like to see this be low today, right? With Asia making low a day, small wick, get that expansion higher. So, kind of want to see these lows hold, to be honest. And these imbalances maybe hold to move higher. Make a new high day. But yes, we will be giving away one of these end of stream. And we currently have a giveaway running in the Discord as well. 2 of these indicators. And then a TradeZella monthly subscription. I'm pretty sure TradeZella just released their new Zella AI thing that analyzes your performance and gives you feedback. So I'm about to check that out later. So that's it for the indices. We go look at kind of side by side here. ES swept out previous day high. Obviously, you have a pretty decent bearish closure on YM here on the daily. Came up into this imbalance right here, hit it, and sold off, right? So this is looking pretty good for shorts. So if we do want to reverse here for the day and have a major sell-off for some reason, you could look at YM for shorts. Strength-wise, in Q, if you're looking for longs. Basically, the same story as yesterday, right? So, and why is YM selling off so hard? Well, we just hit all-time highs, finally, in YM. We've been blown past it here on NQ, but YM just hit all-time highs, so it's kind of a testament to its weakness lately. You kind of have some, a daily low here, another daily low here, so equal daily lows to trade into if this thing does want to sell off at the open. But exactly, Keith says long NQ, short YM. So depending on your bias, I would look to short YM if I was bearish. I would look to long NQ if I was bullish. ES, somewhere in the middle, man. If you tried to long ES yesterday compared to NQ, you probably got chopped around. You probably got stuck in that meat grinder. But gold swept out a daily high here. And that's a candle to closure at a POI. So then you can look for shorts today. And we're already selling off. So my eyes down to this low, down to this daily low. Then I had to go 50% of the wick, and then finally the wick low. So something like this for shorts, right? Those are like my major. You maybe even count this daily low, but it's pretty much almost there. So these are kind of the lows I'd be watching for gold shorts. You're kind of coming off at an hourly imbalance here. So now you kind of want to see some sort of retracement to go lower and get short off that. So we can watch gold as well. I already looked at everything else. Nothing else really looks enticing. Like oil, not really. Just kind of gap down, weird wick candle, took out the low. So I'm not really interested in anything else besides gold and indices. So we'll monitor that right now. I'd rather just wake up and long NQ. That's what I would rather do. Did I use yesterday's $8,300 win for a new PC? Yes. I had the money to do the PC like whenever I wanted. It was really just about sitting down, taking the time to research what I wanted. But I'll show you guys what I got. I ordered it last night. I dropped like $7,000 on it. And I bought a pre-built. I've built my own computer in the past. I know how to do it. I just don't feel like doing it. So I probably paid a little more to have it pre-built. But my buddy I met at a car show, he pulled up on like a 765 LT. One of these. I was like, I wonder if he knows this is like gray. Yeah, he pulled up part next to me and I was like, yo, do you know I think his is the Spider too. Yeah. Drop top. I was like, do you know you look like you might be like a gamer. Do you know like any good pre-built companies? He's like, yeah, bro, I've got like 3 or 4 PCs from this company. And he sent me this company right here. Starforge Systems. So of course I went all out and got like the Mac Daddy. I didn't do the maxed out, right? So I heard AMD has been killing Intel lately. So I got I didn't get like the newest, latest and greatest, like the Mac Daddy best of the best CPU you can buy, which is this one. The 2 on the end. I mean, it's like it wouldn't even really help me. You can go research it. But I did like the step down. Like the second best, I guess. But I got 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5, a 5090, 4 terabytes of SSD storage, and then if you want to see the rest of the specs, they're right here. All this. So let me know. I think in total, what I pay? $6,200 plus like $600 in tax and shipping. So basically like $7,000 for all this. But you got to keep in mind, the PC I currently have, that thing I built myself in 2016. So I've had it for 10 years. So I'm hoping to have this for another 10 years. And it's an investment, right? I need it. It's affecting my performance, not being able to trade on this. Did I pick the parts myself? I kind of knew what I wanted. And these are the parts I wanted, right? CPU mainly, the GPU mainly. 7K computer is crazy. Yeah, but we ball. That's 2R, bro. I bought the computer yesterday and still have money left over from yesterday's trade. I'm about to calculate like quantum physics on that thing. The PC is 2R. Actually, it's like 1.5R. So anyways, yeah, I bought that last night. So it should get here like June 1st. So, oh, it should be right. Bro, we should have the PC for Monday next week. Yeah, but I don't want Mac. I also want to be able to like maybe game a little bit if GTA 6 comes out. And also you got to remember, I'm streaming. So yeah, you might have a MacBook docked to 3 screens. But I'm also streaming at the same time as I'm trading. And I push size, so like I want the best of the best. It's an investment, so. Anyways, that's what I got. And the cool thing about that company is like There's a 30-day money back. If you don't like it, just return it. No questions asked. And 2-year warranty on the whole system. So something is, something does break, or they have a faulty GPU, or CPU craps out within a year. Like, I still have a 2-year warranty to replace anything in the PC. So, yeah, I probably could have. I don't know. I'm gonna go back tonight and like go on PC Part Picker and just build the exact same system. See if I could have made it cheaper. But I didn't really feel like putting it all together myself. And I'm not good with like wire organization, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. Cable management, that's the term I'm looking for. We're getting bored, do a giveaway. Trading is boring. So you're feeling the right emotions. But yeah, this thing should be a beast. And then I want to get, I think I'm going to get a new keyboard too, because I've had this since I built it. I already got a new mouse recently, so that's good. I'm going to get a new keyboard. I'm probably going to get one of these. Here's the thing though. There's nothing really to do at the moment, unless you want to like try and short this. But personally, I would have had to see like a swing form in this imbalance to short, right? So I'm not really interested in that right now. If it just wants to continue selling off, it can do that. Don't worry, we're going to focus on the charts in a second. We still got 8 minutes till the open. But if you're in this gaming space, you probably heard of this company. Wooting. We're going hot. We're going all out on this new build, just so y'all know. But here's the thing. I want to get this because this thing's sick. But look, there's no arrow keys. There's no numpad on this thing. It's like an actual gaming, like, you can get like the custom spacebar or not if you want, like this. But there's no arrow keys. There's no numpad. And so like I kind of do use those when I'm like placing orders or like messing around on TradingView. So maybe I just get this one with the arrows. I don't know. Or I could get this Mac Daddy one. But I kind of liked this. Maybe I get both. Maybe I just get this one for gaming and get this one for trading. What do you think? So I'll probably get that as a keyboard. Order that tonight. You get the HE80? What games do I play? I used to game hard, bro. Get a soundboard. I have a Corsair, like, mechanical keyboard at the moment. I could have bought this stuff like a minute ago, but I haven't had time. Think about it, bro. I finally figured out it was the PC's problem last week. Remember? Because we did. Look at the performance. I'm maxing out my CPU like at 100% while streaming and trying to trade. So like I need a new PC. Like I'm on this i7 Intel. I got DDR3 RAM, 16 gigs. Like that PC I just ordered as an upgrade for sure. This is our PC. This is our PC. This isn't my PC. This is our PC. What games do I play? I used to play Rocket League. The last real game I used to like grind hard, get sweaty at was Warzone. Like the very first Warzone on Call of Duty. When I was in college. So back in like 2020. And then before that, it was Fortnite, dude. Like I remember someone showed me Fortnite like, when was it? Sophomore year of college. So like 2017. Yeah. 2017 in the fall. And like, that was before skins were in the game or anything. And you could like, it was just multiplayer just came out. Like player vs player, battle royale, whatever. And bro, that was my game. So I grinded that, and then I switched over to Warzone after like a year or whatever, and then a year or two. I remember specifically, I stopped playing Fortnite when they started making it like easy for like the noobs to like be good. So they started adding jetpacks and like planes in the game and shit, and I was like, this is whack. So I kind of stopped. Started playing Warzone, and then that was the last game I really like played, and that was probably right around the time I started trading actually. And then I stopped playing video games and just started trading. Try to take it super serious, cut out all distractions, and here I am. So, but I think now, also shout out French DNA if he's in here. He's the one who kind of sent me a parts list, all like the latest and greatest stuff. So he kind of put me on the right direction with a few things. So if he's in here, what's up? Eddie says, I'm calling it now, we're going lower. Maybe. If we want to reverse off here. But like I said, it's going to take a lot for me to want to get short. We're still in this bullish order flow on the daily. Really, right now, I'm kind of just really trying to figure out what the daily profile is. If it's going to be a short day. But I'll be honest, I'm really just looking for some kind of retracement to go higher. Because right now it's 57% bullish, 43% bearish in the chat. Don't play Counter-Strike. You can't stop. Yeah, when I get my new setup, I'm gonna have. That's the thing, bro. I'm gonna buy a piece like this. I gotta put it to the test and like play a few games, you know. But here's the thing: my monitor only goes up to like 140 hertz. It's like a 1440p, 140 hertz monitor, and then I have a 1440p 27-inch like just 60 FPS monitor. So I'm gonna have to get new peripherals. So should I get an ultra wide? Or I was thinking about getting like an OLED. Like a 32-inch, two 32-inch like OLEDs. Let me see if I can find the one I want. I can't wait to lose money in 4K. Hell yeah. Holy crap, these things are expensive. This one? I gotta find it. I'll find it later. OLED ultra wide. There's one I saw that was like $1,000, and it's like a dual clock. You can go like 4K at 240 FPS, or it can go 1080p at like 400 something FPS. So maybe I'll look into that. Right now, I just have like a. I don't even know. Let's see if I can find it. It's this. I have this. This is what I'm trading on right now. This is what I used to game on. They don't make it anymore, obviously. But this is what I'm on currently. So I'm looking to upgrade from this. And then I just have a regular, like, kind of just basic secondary screen. Trust me, I've been due for an upgrade on all this stuff. But we're open. Let's lock in. Put the new Forza with the wheel. Man, I got a Porsche outside. I can just go drive that. Let's look at the indices. It'd be hilarious if this thing reverses. So if you go look at the regular trading hours, there's a tiny little gap that we've opened up on. So we could want to retrace into that a bit before moving higher. But yeah, I'm excited, man, for the new PC. The one I currently have also sounds like a jet engine when it's on. Oh, I gotta flex. I don't need Forza, man. We got a Porsche at home. Eddie's over here making inappropriate comments. Hinty. All right, closing the poll. What model? What Porsche? What model Porsche? Is that what you're asking? Don't ask me, man, because I'm going to show it. You see it? GT4S. That's my favorite photo, honestly. The bridge in the background at night. Fun fact, this is like 6 pictures all morphed together, and he had a ring light and just rode around on his little one wheel. Lit the whole car up at night with long exposure. Pretty sick. No, this is a black shirt. Workout shirt. Which state? I'm in South Carolina. All right, I want to see this hold. Maybe we can get a little 1 minute trade again with like a 15-minute closure. So far, if this is gonna be if it's gonna be a short day, it's gonna be a New York reversal off London high right here. Gonna just kind of drop lower, maybe into this down close candle, into these imbalances, maybe even take this low out from yesterday. Should be down here. If it is gonna roll over, I'm gonna get some kind of deep retracement on like a higher time frame. But if we don't, maybe make a new low a day, and this low holds here, these two, and we just reverse off this leg down here in a discount, then, because we just hit this last imbalance in this leg. So if this holds, then I'm just going to look for longs. Try to get a fixed 2R. If it doesn't, and we're going to look for shorts and trade the invalidation of our bias today, then it's going to be around 10 o'clock to see how the 4 hour closes. So that's the plan. I mean, you have YM strength out the open here, which is kind of funny. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about those PC parts and peripherals. Let's go look at gold real quick. I just hate shorting like when it's already kind of expanded for the day, Andrew says, I'm going to South Carolina for my buddy's bachelor party. Can't wait to black out. It's easy to do in this city. That's the thing. If you live in like a fun city, like there's a lot of distractions, but then you realize like, wait, I actually live here. I got to lock in. So then you chill out after like a few months. living here. Let's see though. I mean, unless you were like gonna short right here on this closure, which would be here, right at 9 a.m. I mean, your stop could be maybe like the bodies. That's a 93 handle stop though. Maybe like 50% of the wick. Like right here, that's 50 handles. So unless you're real confident on this playing out, I don't see. I would have wanted a protected swing like this to happen right at 9 o'clock. So open up, hit this, then go lower. Right, that's what I would have wanted. And then I would have taken something like this. You know, reduce the risk instead of having it all the way up here. That would have been perfect. Yes, still in its. Honestly, yes, honestly looks range bound at the moment. But like, dude, look at my shit just like freezing up, just switching around tabs. That's how you know my PC is like crapping out. Apex selling 5 50K accounts for $19 each. No activation fee. Let's look into that. Yeah, it's about time for that new PC. It looks like it wants to take this low out. I'm not seeing much I like yet. It's looking like it's going to be one of those days where you wait for 10 a.m. Because this thing's not really closing back up, right? Just wanting to sell off. I mean, from the closure below, that's like 200 handles. Stop would have been like 100 handles. Let's see how we react off this low. Here. Are we going to hit this and then go higher after sweeping it? Maybe take out current low a day, then go higher? Or are we just going to retrace up and go lower, right? We need to monitor kind of how 10 a.m. plays out. Yeah, let's see about the Apex thing. I haven't heard anything like that. Eddie called it. He said, we're going lower today. Coupon code would just be FVG. You just use any of your favorite creators' codes and you get the same discount. But the sale's not active yet, if it is true. Gold 5-minute. Not for longs. I wouldn't want to take longs. You have the algo on your laptop. A little 4-hour volume imbalance there. We're also sweeping on a 4-hour low. Back at 30K. Right here. But yeah, code FEG is going to get you the best sale or best deal on any prop firm sale they have at Tradeify, Lucid, or Apex. Let's see. So we got a 4-hour low here. If you look at the sessions, checking out London low. Asia low's right here as well. So we really need to monitor these lows. This might be the biggest move we had in a minute. Besides something like this. On that random pop the other day. We still have 20 minutes left in this candle. Let's see how we react down here. If you want to know if there's news or not, all you gotta do is look at oil. If oil's going crazy, then that means there's probably some news. What's up, investment biker? All right, we took out Asia low, put in a little new low a day there. And if you zoom out, structure is still what? Bullish. All right, we really just need to see how we react off this retracement here. On the 4-hour. See how we close here on the 4-hour as well. I mean, it's looking pretty bearish. Closure wise. Yeah, look at this move right here. Unless you were very confident at shorting at literally all-time highs on this hourly closure, like you're probably like me just sitting here watching this then. But I mean, this was the sign, right? This candle 2 closure, candle 3 expansion. So personally, I'm not just going to short at all-time highs because of a closure, you know? I need to see some like daily structure that I want to get in line with. When do you think the best time to start a prop firm is? I've never tried one yet. Depends what your goal is. Are you just trying to have some risk on the table, some risk on the line, some money invested to make you take it more serious and learn about yourself? Because like you can do that with a personal account too. Put like 10 grand in an account, trade some micros, just to have like some risk on. Because like you should be starting with like just watching. For here, I'll do it. This is like this is how you should start approach trading from scratch. Just watching the market every day. Learn a system, watch the market, see how the market moves each day, every morning. When the volatility comes in, when it starts to die down, things like that. Just get a feel for the market every day. Then start taking mental trades, right, with the system that you learned. So like, where would I hop in? Okay, if I was going to short this, would I realistically have shorted this? Probably not. But if I was, this is the only place I see an entry. You know, I would have put my stop here. I would have hopped in here. I would have taken profits here. Just taking mental trades, right? Then you can go to demo. and actually practice pushing the button, executing orders. Then you can start going, once you're consistent in demo and you've proven it over a few months, then you can go to a low leverage live / prop, right? Because you're going to start, once you actually have some skin in the game, trading real money or, you know, buying a prop account, knowing that you invested some money in that account and some time in that account. Your goal here isn't to get a payout or make money. It's to learn about yourself. Because you're gonna go from demo to trading with some skin in the game, and you're gonna start making mistakes. You're gonna start doing things differently, right? So the goal is to figure out what you did differently from demo compared to your live account or prop account, right? And then you work those kinks out. Like maybe you're hesitating now because you have money on the line, or maybe you're revenge trading more because you actually are losing real money now and you want to make it back, right? All those things you'll work out. And then it's about scaling after that point. Once you work those kinks out, it's all about slowly scaling, right? Just like you go to the gym, you don't bench 225 when you go in the gym for the first time. You start small. You increase the weight. It's the same thing with the trading. You increase your size, you increase your accounts, and you scale, right? So you should watch first, take mental trade second, actually push the button, practice executing, then move into like a low leverage live or prop account to learn about yourself. Then it's about, once you have the system down and you're consistent, that's when it's about scaling it. But here's the thing. Most people, they don't do any of this stuff. They just jump right into scaling and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or don't know anything about themselves, or what kind of trader they want to be, or what concepts resonate with them the best, or what their triggers are to go on tilt, things like that. And they skip all that stuff. Then they come in, they have unrealistic expectations about what trading actually is, and they blow up or they burn out because they have unrealistic expectations. They didn't do the work beforehand to set themselves up for success, and they just blow up. So, end of rant. Hope that answers your question, Eddie. That was a good question. But most people aren't doing all that. They're just seeing people make money. They're seeing people spam Discord wins on social media, and they want to get a piece of the pie, but they don't realize what it actually takes. What's a profitable system? Any system that gives you an edge in the market. Doesn't matter if it's ICT, doesn't matter if it's order flow, support resistance, whatever. It's just a game of probabilities at the end of the day. So anything that's going to put you out ahead over a long-term series of trades, we're about to close here in like 11 minutes on the 4-hour. That was a pretty mean sell-off. We're getting our first green candle here on the 3 minutes. It's 10:24 or 9:24. Empty bar at the gym mentality. I take that as you just gotta like drop the ego and start from scratch. Because you know in the long run it's going to be beneficial. But if you just come in, this is something I did. We just hit 30K by the way, right around here. If you just come in wanting to make money right off the bat and think that you know what you're doing off the rip, you're going to get humbled real quick. Just like if you think you can come in the gym and bench 225 pounds on your first day in, first weekend, first month in, whatever, you're going to get humbled real quick when you can't even lift the weight off the bar, or maybe you get it off the bar and then you go down for the rep and you can't get it back off your chest, right? You're going to get humbled. And then someone like me who does know what they're doing is going to come in here and take your money, because the market is player versus player. For me to win, someone else has to lose. So yeah, like trading is like you versus you. But to be honest, it's me versus you. Because you have to lose for me to win. Or someone does. Someone bought, right? Think about it. Someone sold to somebody else up here. If you're selling short, someone is buying up here. And they're down. You know? Shit is player versus player. And so all the prop firms have, the thing that they've really done is all they've done, instead of you losing money to the market, you're really just losing money to the prop firms. They've somehow positioned themselves in the flow of where the money's going, right? The flow of money used to be from your brokerage account to someone else in the market. All they've done now is position themselves in the middle of that. Instead of you losing money to the market, you're losing money to the prop firm. So if you have the skill set, you can milk them, but that's how they make their money, right? If the prop firm is making more money from people losing challenges versus their live traders, then they don't have your best interests at heart. And that's the majority of prop firms, if I'm being honest. It's sad, but it's the truth. So if they make more money from people failing their challenges than they do their live traders, copy trading those live traders, then they don't have your best interest at heart. And that's probably 90% of prop firms out there, unfortunately. All right, let's see. We've put in the new low a day off Asia low. I'll be honest, it's kind of looking like a New York reversal still. Want to see how this 4 hour closes. If we just close with like indecision here, back inside the range, then that kind of gives me inclination to go long. If we retrace this whole entire sell off. There's some nice 1 minute structure here too, with the 15-minute close. I don't want to get suckered into too early. But look, we hit 30K. Boink. 30K magnet. Also, if you kind of think about it, we're kind of just retesting these highs at the same time around 30K. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's watch. We're going to have to start disrespecting some of these imbalances if we're going to move higher. So far, I want to see how this 15-minute candle closes. I'm also watching this 1 minute imbalance. I'm going to go ahead and log into my laptop actually, so I can actually place a trade. All right, we're good. Yeah, so like this needs to hold. Or maybe might want to top in this tiny one here. But that's not a very bullish close there on the 1 minute. Yeah, I'm with Noreen. This could possibly be a midweek reversal on the indices. Here's the thing though. It's like, yeah, there's a gap, but we've hit this imbalance, right? Remember I talk about if we hit an imbalance on this candle, you usually see the reaction on the next candle. So like that's kind of what you saw. You saw us kind of drive down into that, reverse off of it and close. Then the next week we just continue off of it. So that's kind of why I'm just so bullish. And why like this gap kind of, yeah, it gapped up, but it might not want to come back down. It might just want to continue higher. I'm gonna have to see how today closes before I make that call. But that could be the case. This is Monday and Tuesday's price action in this candle. This is Wednesday. Midweek reversal. If it closes bearish, then my eye goes down to this daily candle low. There's no wick on this candle, on this daily low. So they could very well want to do that. Short gold. I don't see anything yet. If anything, you're about to get a candle to closure off these lows. We are digging up into these up close candles here. So we'll watch. This thing's moving really nice though. I'm kind of more interested in this. ADR high. Back down here. I believe anyone can be a trader. Can the skills need to be taught, or is there some innate talent needed? I think it's easier for certain people to be a trader. Can anyone do it? I don't know. I just think it's easier for some people compared to others. Some people are more risk adverse. Can take risks easier. More like a personality trait. Some people have like don't have that ego, so they can like accept being wrong and just step away for the day, or just take a loss on the chin easier. But if you're very opinionated, if you're a very opinionated person, maybe even have like a strong personality. Like I would say I don't really have that strong of a personality compared to like other people. I'm not very opinionated. Like I'm always open to like learning new things or whatever. I don't know. I think if you're very opinionated, have a strong personality, or not very risk averse, or always feel the need to be right, like it's gonna be a lot harder for you to learn the skill or to be able to execute at that level that it takes to like make this work, you know? All right. Candle 2 closure here on the 15-minute. But I'll be honest. You have an imbalance above here. We could just hit that and dump, right? And it's 10 o'clock. New hourly, new 4-hour. Close back inside this candle's low. But we did close below these up close candles here on the hourly. It kind of looks like a sell day. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, in Asia, London, we came up. And if it's going to be a New York reversal off London high here, It's looking like it's playing out, right? Kind of just, this imbalance here. These down close candles that we're digging into. So if this isn't going to be a sell day and it's going to reverse off here, that's one hell of a Judas swing, I guess you could say, at 9:30, So we really need to watch. I'll be honest, I don't really feel like taking a 1 minute long just off this closure. When everything else on the time frame's higher. Like 3 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, hourly are kind of screaming bearish. We'll see. If it does want to kind of push higher, then maybe I'll get long like somewhere up here and just go back to high day. But I'm not going to try and short the very bottom or long the very bottom yet. I mean, we're in a candle 4 now on the hourly. Testing this 15-minute imbalance here. The ES looks like it's just stuck in a range. This low to these highs. Just chopping around at this all-time high here. Check out gold. That's wacky looking. Let's watch. Is this just gonna put in a short, small wick on the hourly to just move lower? Think about it. We hit -2, and we're seeing a new phase of price at the moment. This looks like an expansion, right? See how kind of like wicky and like slow this has been over the past 20 minutes? This looks like expansion. This looks like a retracement just to go lower. There's no imbalances in this leg up. Even on the 3 minute, there's no imbalances. So I'm kind of, right now at the current moment, I'm kind of just leaning to this being an opposing run on this hourly wick to then expand lower. Yeah, V-shape of the decade. But everything else, like daily profile screaming bearish a little bit more than bullish. But like I said, you're in this imbalance, down close candles. It could grind back up. Who knows? We're going to watch. Look for something that just jumps off the chart at us. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. I'm not looking to just like force something. I want something that's obvious. And this right here isn't very obvious. We got 38 likes on the stream. I appreciate you guys. If you go look at side by side, there is some SMT at this low with the 15-minute. We're going to have some strength on YM though. I don't see much the current moment. And this thing's not looking very bearish either off this closure. Even though it didn't close back inside the range, it still looks bullish. I mean, you did hit this low. So, this daily low here. Did tag that. Honestly, it looks like NASDAQ is now the one to short. I mean, look at the weakness. This thing's pumping while we're kind of just hanging out down here. This is somewhere in the middle of the two. All right, so we hit that 15-minute imbalance. If we get a candle to closure here, the next 7 minutes, you can look for a 1-minute short down to the new low day. That'd be nice. If it doesn't just sell off without us. It would have to close below here. There it goes. I'm not saying I would short it right now, but look at painted it. I painted it before. I beat the indicator. I'm not saying I would take this right here, but like I said, I want to wait for the closure. Otherwise, you're trading this candle too. But it kind of looks like it's a little ready to sell off. But I'm going to wait. But yeah, like this retest here, stop at the high. 2R down to the low of day. Not a bad setup. Name of the power 3 indicator. It's in the description. Or you can just type in exclamation point indicator. Like this. It's in the chat. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this short right here plays out. Without us. To the low at least. But I'm waiting for this closure here off this high. Before I do anything. Wait for me. Don't sell off yet. I wanna join. YM is pumping. NQ dumping. Watch this low. You just swept this low out right here. You got 3 minutes until a new 15-minute candle, and this one closes. Yeah, I do want to play. Price action is moving today. We're just chopping around 30K. Like 30K is right here. We're kind of just chopping around. I'm locked in. I'm waiting for a short setup. If it's gonna close. You still got more lows. Here. Lows here. Here. But if we're gonna reverse. Like I said, it's kind of a tough one. Because it's like we retrace. If this is gonna be a retracement, it's a pretty violent retracement. You know? I haven't had a move like that in a while. But that's a deep retracement. 7 hour imbalance. Like I said, like we're in this like structure here. We're gonna go higher still? Or is this gonna be where it rolls? You know? It's not really wanting to sell off at the current moment. That could change, but let's see how this 15 closes. You have an imbalance right here. That's kind of like OTE-ish. Well, I am just pushing for, just made a new high day. Well, I am new high day here. New high. New low. And chop. So it's funny because we were like, oh yeah, YM's the one to short today. NQ's the one to long. And then it just stomps. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta wait for the open to get a read on what it wants to do. We're flat at the moment. There's your candle 2 closure here. I'd kind of want to see some kind of protected swing for him. It could happen if it sweeps this high out. Give you a trade? I'm not giving you anything. Go find your own trade. In fact, I'm going to hide my screen. for the rest of the stream. Just playing, just playing. You get a protected swing like this. And take something like this. Something like that. Like that. But we needed to hit this high and then close back below. Otherwise, if it just keeps running, then the short idea isn't valid anymore. All right. Needs to close back down here. Otherwise, if we close above this imbalance, it's probably just going to take the high. You trade with your monitor off? Same. Like right now my monitor is off. I'm just staring at a black screen. But you guys can see. I just can't. Dang, chill out, man. Choppy market. I mean, a little imbalance here in the 1 minute. If it's going to go lower, it needs to fail. Just kind of getting it lined up. See, this thing needs to fail right here. A little imbalance. I kind of just feel like we're going to chop now. Like, what are we doing? New phase of price after that expansion. See, you couldn't close below that. The longer it takes to close back below here, the less interested I am in the short now. Like, it needs to happen in like the next couple candles. Like this candle, honestly. You know? So. Because otherwise, it's just going to break out off this high. Move higher. And it's already sketchy that it kind of like came up and like closed outside of the 50% of the previous candle, you know? And everything else is kind of pumping. Like ES just took this high out. So I don't think the well, there's some news just now because everything just went. Is there news? I mean, All right, I set a limit for this opening price here. If I can get limited in here, I'll get short. For a 2R. Come on, baby. Feel me. Ugh. Short the torta. Yeah, candle 2 closure. We're aligned with like the expansion for the day. Just needs to feel me. Otherwise, we're not going to be a part of it. Because I don't want to hit this low and then not get my full TP, right? I wanted the nice RR. A little imbalance here too now, overlapping. Yeah, like we swept this high. Hit this imbalance. I wanted to hit my entry now. We got like 8 minutes left in this candle 3 here. She gonna dump without us, bro. You see, I'm not really interested anymore. It's so close to hitting that low. He said, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. We have SMT at these highs, see? I'll be honest, I don't even want to see it come back up now. I guess it could, but like, we just swept out at a 15-minute low. You know? We'll leave it there. It's a valid trade. I haven't touched it yet. It's still there. No, my limit's still there. I'll let you know if I take it off. But like, it looks like ES wants to sell off now. Same with YM. Also peep the 3-minute. 3-minute hit. I know we're not in like a new candle like 4 or anything, but 3-minute hit. These up close candles. This imbalance closed below. So my stop's also at this like 3-minute, you know, ish protected high. But if it takes a low out, I'm gonna pull my limit order off the market. Actually, I'm about to pull it off right now. It's already so close. Just a bummer. Yeah, I removed my limit. But, I mean, if you market ordered in on the closure below right here, this is like a 1R to the low. So you need like to run here. You know? And they could hit this low in reverse. That's why I wanted the limit. Because the RR was way better. And I could get my 2R like basically at that low. You know? Versus having to get a deeper run. So is what it is. The idea was correct though. But it's gonna hit this low. Boom. Low taken. And it could just keep selling. But that's why I wanted the limit. It got close. But if everything else keeps selling off, like ES looks like it wants new low a day. YM looks like it's selling off a little bit too, so that should help this short go even lower. What a bummer, bro. But hey, the setup was there. We can find another one. Just got to be patient. Anyone else take that though? Anyone else limit order in or market order in? It played out. The swing point played out. See how you get a candle 2 closure here, but it's against the daily expansion, right? Just wait for you to form another swing point up that's aligned with the daily expansion, you know? Like, don't long this. That's low probability. Just wait for it to retrace some. That's going to give you a new opportunity to short. But yeah, bummer. We couldn't even get a little tap up in here. Let's see. If you did market that though, and you got a nice little fill, stop at the body high. Your 2R is like right here. Let's see. I think you'll get it because ES hasn't taken that low out. So close. I want to see it drop here now because it just immediately rebalanced this little 1 minute range. Drop, drop. If it doesn't, it's probably going to come to this imbalance right here and also retest this low. She teasing, bro. Here we go. Ain't no way this thing reverses right here. Yeah. They're mean with it. You can't even get a 2R. Nah, we'll see. It ain't over till it's over. But I would definitely be break even by now. You know? You have an imbalance right here. Am I getting in? No. When you first started trading micros, did you use to chart on minis and then intro on micros? You can do that. All right, here's your candle 4 in this imbalance. Look how mean that is, bro. Even if you got the perfect like entry on the open and your stop is at the body. 2Rs right here. See what I mean though? That's why I wanted the limit. Because your 2R would have been here at the low. And if it did want to just kind of pierce the low a bit, then if it did reverse from here, you wouldn't have gotten your 2R. See? Or I mean, it could very well hit this and dump. But I'm saying if it does reverse here, you wouldn't have gotten your 2R. And I'd be like kind of pissed because my stop be break even. So it is sometimes like you just got to recognize that it can kind of drive lower through the low, but it could reverse. Like right now we have SMT right here, which is not good because you want to see if you have a cracking correlation between correlated assets, that's when you have reversals. you know? So again, like, that's why I wanted the limit there and not just to kind of not chase, but just wanted my RR to be proper on this setup. So yeah, this needs to hold now if it's going to move lower, right? You're in a candle 4 on the 15-minute. Let's look at ES. SMT. And obviously SMT on YM. Just retrace to go higher. But that's why you short weakness. Because this retracement here is not as big as this ES one, you know? It got so close. It's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Still looking good. You just need to inverse this little 1 minute here. See what I said though? Like if you didn't immediately rebalance and dump off this little red line here, then it was going to go for this imbalance. And that's what we've hit. And you're looking for this to invert. Right here. I think you get TP. Just put in this upper wick on the 15 minutes, and now this one should expand. At least to this low, which is here. Boom, there it is. 2R. 2R hit on that. Anyone take that market order instead of limiting in? Let me know in the chat. Put it in the Discord. Tag me in it. I'm saying sometimes you see where it wants to go, but you don't get your entry, right? The entry you want. And that's fine. We can watch it play out. New setup every day. That's kind of getting a little tricky in here. Versus just some one-sidedness. Now we're kind of getting a little, I won't say back and forth, but it's not it's not like ideal. 10:30. Let's zoom out real quick. We kind of got a little zoomed in on the 1 minute. Let's zoom out and recalibrate our brain. Just want this hourly low, new 4-hour low. What did we hit? Little 4-hour imbalance. Ooh. Ooh. Swept out a swing low. Hourly low swept. We'll see. If it's gonna have to disrespect some of these imbalances here for me to want to get long. Like I said, I'm not trying to just call a bottom. I want to see the bottom form, then trade that higher, right? So basically let the reversal form, then trade the continuation, you know? That's what we did here. Reversal formed. It retraced, gave us a continuation entry here on the closure. Continue lower. That's what we just tried to trade. So we're looking to do the same thing, let the reversal form, then trade the continuation. That way we're not calling tops and bottoms. We let the top and bottom form and trade that. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, drop a like. If you got a dub on that short, drop me a like. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zach. We go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications so you get notified when I go live in the future. Because the plan is we'll be live tomorrow too. And if you haven't yet and you want to hang out with me outside of these streams, join the Discord. It's free. Link in the description, link in the chat. Everyone let the stream. Hook it up for the GOAT. Appreciate it. Mine Charleston? Yes. Alright, so 5-minute imbalance here. You're also retesting like this opening price almost. Which is basically rebalancing this 15-minute range at the same time. So here's the thing. I don't want to short all the way down here on like a 5-minute with a 100 handle stop. Like that's just not it. Especially after hitting this 4-hour imbalance. Sweeping out an hourly low, 4-hour low. Like you need it to sell off another 0.67%. Another 200 handles if you're going to take this kind of short. You know? And you only have 20 minutes left in this hourly candle. So that's 4 more 5-minute candles. So it's going to have to hit this and roll it down here. ES took that low out. No more SMT. But still just back and forth on ES. At least YM's up and NQ is just kind of down. A lot cleaner to trade. Honestly, I kind of want to see longs now. We tried the short here. It played out for some of y'all. If you were able to market order in. I want longs. Look. Reversal, right? Can you see that? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to go back up. We're going to hold these down close candles we've dug into. I mean, we just hit 50% of that order block from the opening price here to the body close. Bink. Hit the imbalance. There's a little inversion here too. So, deep retracement. Are we going to get a nice little 5-minute setup? Maybe even a 30-minute, 3-minute? Ooh, a 3-minute will be sick. Off this 3-minute low, 30-minute low. What about New Week opening gap? I'm not concerned with that until we close bearish on the daily. If this is just a retracement, a deep retracement to go higher, then I think that just stays unfilled. Right here. We're hanging out around 30K still. 30K is right here. Just kind of. We've already disrespected this. 5-minute was close to disrespecting it. Already disrespected this. I like the 3-minute, 30-minute. You have SMT now at these lows. What's gold doing? Putting in this 4 hour. Trump tweet incoming. Take a look at the monthly chart on NQ. Negative 4 standard deviation called the top. Where? You want me to draw it out? I mean, we got 15-ish minutes until this candle closes. If we're going to close candle 2 on the hourly and the 30-minute, it's going to be at 11 o'clock. I don't know. Let's watch. These imbalances are going to have to hold right here if we're going to close proper, in my opinion. We have the early CISD painted out here on this down close candle. This is going to have to hold and do something like this. Right? So that's kind of what you're waiting for. But see how you let the reversal form, right? And you want to see proof. Proof as these PD arrays are respected to then trade the continuation, right? You don't just hop in and blindly enter off the fair value gap because it could just go lower and invert it, right? So I like to see proof of these being hit and then trade the continuation instead of just blindly buying a fair value gap or trading an inversion, you know? That's how I like to do it. Because what about buying this inversion? Just rolls on you, you know? I'd rather trade these down close candles, up close candles. Pump that shit. I agree. Let everyone try and short down here at the bottom. We kind of did. Tried to. But there was a pending low. You know, liquidity already built up. And we retraced off into a higher time from imbalance, right? Retested these kind of like lows right here. Closed, rolled over. So that was a pretty good trade. But now, like, we've hit a higher time frame imbalance. 50% of these down close candles being hit. The 4-hour structure's still looking bullish, right? Just a deeper retracement than we've had on this run up. There's a 5-minute imbalance here. Let's see. Nothing really convincing yet. Jewish banker said we're going higher. Yo, give me his phone number. I'm going to call him. Let's go look at side by side real quick. See what everything's doing. Put in the new high day on YM. It's hilarious. What if this thing sells off now and we pump? It's opposite day. I don't know. This still, I know. Oh, you're trading weakness for longs. Yeah, but this looks like a mess. And if this thing does roll over, I kind of feel like this thing might just pump. So I'm kind of just focusing on NQ still. Ever trade on the mobile phone? I manage positions on my phone. I don't trade on it or really execute it. I did it while I was in Italy. That was kind of fun. But at that point, I'd rather just have my laptop. I really just manage positions on my phone once I'm already in them versus actually executing and doing analysis on it. The greatest trade of your career about to play out? For longs? Or YM shorts? Oh, I kind of want to see if I entered it here, like you're entering on a candle 2 or something like this. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan. Be different if like everything was aligned. We've had a deep retracement though. I'll probably just wait for the new 30-minute. Because it could just want to chop around here for the rest of the day. And you didn't even close above there, so no entry, even if you wanted to. Gold hanging out. Well, let's see anything else I like. This thing hit a low and kind of just retraced pretty hard. There's a bug. There's like a little bug flying around my room. Now what? Reverse or go lower? Or chop? I've had it with these damn bugs in this damn state. I don't really see much on YM that I like. Maybe a short off this high. An imbalance. 4-hour imbalance too. Got tapped into. Gonna have some lows. Let's see how this hourly closes. Close back below here. I mean, you can get a 3-minute setup. Don't worry, I'm watching. I have the same screen on my other monitor of all the other assets. And NQ is still just kind of hanging out at this imbalance. What if it continues lower? What if what continues lower? I got all these assets on here. What if indices continue lower? What if YM continues lower? NQ, ES, which one? Shoot. Let's see. TradingView be acting up. I wish TradingView would, instead of adding all these damn features, like all these little tools, and like every time I come up on here at 9 a.m., they ping me with a what's new? Oh, you can add alerts on Fibonacci drawings. Sick. Can you increase the performance on this thing? I swear it's lagging. Maybe it's just my computer, but it kind of feels like every time there's like a lot of volatility, or like these candles just like lag sometimes. Like I'll be getting filled before the candle even pops to my limit. And then all of a sudden, like I'll hear the noise, bink, filled, and then the candle will print. I'm like, dude, what? Or like TP will take profit, and then all of a sudden the candle just appears up there. I'm like, can we get like a better tick rate on the servers for TradingView? Like really like fine like data. Like I want to see this thing right here go up and down, like as it's like moving, not just like boop, 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 boop. Like can we see it like move? Because I know it's, you know what I'm saying? I want the tick rate to be higher. I swear on Thinkorswim, it does that. Because all of a sudden, like if I'm trying to get filled this high, it'll fill me, and then the candle will just appear up there. I'm like, as I'm saying, these like Top Step X, like prop firms, I've seen some of the like platforms have it. Like let me pull up. TradingView, it looks great. It's just the performance of like the actual candlesticks, in my opinion, are not that smooth. All right, 5 minutes until new hourly. I'm kind of interested in YM. I mean, that's a weird daily profile, isn't it? Open, high, come down, then come back up. Like, what do you call that? It's almost like a seek and destroy. We didn't take this low out, but it's just like, same with this one. Like, what if we reverse off here? What do you call that? It's a seek and destroy, honestly. Volume dying. Is it time for a move? Or are we just gonna chop down here? TradingView's about to open their own brokerage. Oh, chop step. A D's nuts pattern. I've gotten so used to like the hotkeys and everything on here. I can easily just like quickly draw. You know? It's all right. We called out the short here down to this low. Couldn't get tagged in. Some of you guys caught that. 15-minute kind of just messing around. I mean, this opening price got hit. If we're going to continue lower, you want to see opposing candles act as resistance, right? Keep hitting them. So it could sell off here. Look, this is selling off now. What's why I'm doing? Going up. What are we doing? Since when did they become opposites? Since last year. This low looks like it wants to be taken out now. I mean, ES has these equal lows as well. Right here. Yeah, just a whole lot of like choppiness on ES. At least the NASDAQ has some like decent imbalances and like swing lows and highs and structure. YM better than ES, but this thing does not know what it wants to do. All we've done is open up, grind higher, drop, grind, pump. Like it's kind of been a bit tricky. That's the thing. I feel like there was a turning point in my trading career where I kind of realized, like, yeah, there might be moves in the market, but you're not going to be able to capture them, you know? Like, sometimes the market just moves without giving you any kind of opportunity, and you got to be okay with that. Like, I think a lot of people got their head fucked up when they started thinking, like, oh, the market, you can explain every move in the market because ICT says so with these concepts. It's like, yeah, you might be able to, but can you realistically capture them every single move? No. So it's like you got to be okay with that. You just got to find like what concepts resonate with you the best, what kind of trader you want to be, and then go from there. Like for me, it's highs, lows, imbalances, and then for entry, just using opposing candles. Like order blocks, basically. That's it. And then you combine that with like higher time frame candle closures to get bias. And a daily profile to confirm that bias. Should be tasting good. Them profits be tasting sweet. Them profits be buying you a supercomputer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the Steph Curry reference. When do you usually wrap up your trading for the day? Usually around now, about this time. 11:30ish. I kind of feel like the move played out for the day. Like it was this kind of like started selling off pre-market, and then right at 9:30 it just, and you kind of had, you know, retracement. And this was like the real continuation. The only real continuation you could get lower was what we tried to short right here to this low. So that was like the real only like opportunity I saw, and we tried to take it. Just picky with the entry, the limit. Wanted to come back to our price. Didn't fill us, but if you market ordered it, you got a 2R off. It teased you for a second, like right here. Came up, and then it hit. So, and look, if you got in on that market, and your stop, not even up here, if your stop was on the body, your 2R got tagged. You basically bottom ticked with the exit right here. Bink. And then it retraced on you. So, like, you see why I wanted that limit? Just to get a little bit better RR. Because it was going to have to really run past this low to really get us that full 2R. I was kind of being picky with the entry here on the opening price. But it didn't get us, right? So it is what it is. That's like the only real opportunity I saw on the continuation of this down move. So, but let's do a giveaway since we're kind of just hanging out here. It's 11 o'clock real quick. Now we're kind of just hanging out, chopping around at this 4-hour imbalance right here. These down close candles. The 1 hour did close inside, I think. Yep. We haven't confirmed this closure yet. I have to close above here to do that. ES still has not taken out these lows. Just chopping around. YM swept the low here into this imbalance. 15-minute imbalance as well. This line's tripping me out. Could maybe take like a 1-minute entry on YM, but you got a high up here. But like tiny imbalance. Yeah, like these are like equal lows. I wouldn't want to trade away from that. If anything, I want it to sweep that. Then we could get like a 1-minute entry. So, don't see anything on there I like at the moment. We're going to give away one of these indicators, though. Helps you see these closures. And does, like, look, I don't draw anything on my chart except for this little box. All I did was draw this imbalance. Everything else on there by the indicator. And you can set alerts. Like I have alerts set for setups that form. How's my Bitcoin 50K alert going? We wanted to hit this weekly imbalance and drop. It didn't. Came back up, retraced a little bit higher into this one. But now you're starting to see it roll over. If it doesn't, if this leg right here, we don't, hold at this like, equilibrium or whatever, these down close candles, then I'll be honest, I think we're going to go to 50K, at least this low, and that's 60K. So I have my alert set. I wouldn't be buying crypto at this current moment. I mean, the monthly chart looks bearish. Hit this imbalance right here, went lower. Hit this imbalance right here, can now go lower. So if you're looking to maybe short Bitcoin, this is looking like a pretty decent spot to do it. I mean, you came up into a premium from this leg and this leg here. From this high to this low. Hit 50%, hit an imbalance. And it kind of looks like it wants to roll. Sorry if you're a crypto bro. I am too, but just from what I'm seeing, that's how I view it. How to be picky with entries? Just take a trade. Sonny says, how do you be picky with the entries? I just take a trade if it presents, and then my win rate goes down. I also keep giving away my profits. So you just got to realize, like, where are we at in the grand scheme of things for the day? Like, have we already really expanded really hard down? And what phase of price are we in? We expanded, retraced, and like, what realistically now can we do? Because think about it. My bias is bullish coming into this. There's still bullish structure. So it's like if I'm going to trade against this trend right here, I'm going to trade against this trend. It's probably a little bit more lower probability, right? And I want to be in and out quick. So I don't want to have to be holding for a super long time. I don't want to demand a super long expansion to the downside if this is going to be the trend we're in. So like realistically, I know, okay, if we're going to come down to this low, it's probably not going to run very deep past that, and it didn't. You barely even got your 2R on that if you market ordered in here. So knowing all that, that's just experience though. That's what I'm saying. If you're trading these lower time frames, these 1 minutes, Think about how quick you have to make decisions. You get 60 seconds to decide as this candle's coming down and opens up and comes down and closes below. Like, you got all that time to think about all that stuff. So you have to be quick on your feet when the market's volatile, when you're trading lower time frames. And that's why I feel like newer traders shouldn't even focus on these lower time frames. And they want to focus on lower time frames because they think that you'll make quicker money. You also lose your money quicker, but also you have to make quicker decisions, right? It's easier to go on tilt because all these little setups form. It's really just more noise. And at the same time, the real reason, let's be honest, you want to be on these smaller time frames is because you can't hold your trade for an hour long. You want to be in and out within 5 minutes. But I'll sit on here and I'll hold a trade for 4 hours. Done it before. So like, all that combined is why I think a lot of people trade these lower time frames, because they don't have the patience to sit through a trade for an hour. They want to make that quick money, right? Just fine. But you got to be able to make quicker decisions and differentiate like these lower time frame setups that are against trend right here. Like the candle 2 closure we had right here. Not take this long setup off this imbalance, because then it fails on you, right? So like, it's easy to get sucked in to like setups that are against trend, and you lose sight of the bigger picture. So hope that helps. That's why me personally, I like trading on the 5 minute and 3 minute the most. And I'll sit on these higher time frames, like the 1 hour, until they give me a reason to drop lower. But let's do the giveaway. We're gonna give away what should the keyword be? Pull it up. Let's do I want to do something funny, but honestly, we'll just make it FVG. I was gonna do all-time highs, but we did that yesterday. Maybe we did PC. I think we did computer yesterday or something like that. But we're giving away one of these indicators. We'll let it run for a minute or two. But here, if you set it once, you're in. These are by the 10. And if you don't win today, it's all right. We're giving away 2 of these actually, 2 of these indicators inside the Discord. So that expires on Friday at noon Eastern time. But this thing kind of just chopping around, kind of what I didn't want to see. But just think about it. It's late in the morning. It's 11-ish. The move for the day is already kind of played out here. We hit a high time frame POI. We're in these deviations here. So, if anything, you can see tomorrow be the retracement to go higher if it is going to retrace off this move. And we expand again. You can see that play out maybe this afternoon or tomorrow morning. So we'll be watching that if this is going to hold. We'll close it in about 1 minute. So we got 40 people in here. 40 people in the giveaway. 42. But I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got a win yesterday. Almost got tagged in for a 2R today. Have I met T-Trades? Not in person, but we've chatted on the phone, on FaceTime and stuff. It's 1 month for the indicator. Try it out, see if you like it. I'm just using default settings. So if you win, I just have default settings on. Nothing's changed. I want to do like a Q&A inside the Discord as well. So maybe we'll do a Q&A here soon in the Discord. Whether it's just me on stream in the Discord or maybe it's me just answering questions in chat. But I'll ping you guys. I'll create an event in the Discord. It'll probably be like in the afternoon sometime. The Q&A like in the evening, in the afternoon. All right, closing it in 20 seconds. 20 seconds, I'm closing this. At 2 o'clock. Sorry, 2 minutes left on this candle is when I'll close it. Now the Q&A won't be today. I have to go to the gym. I'm literally going to hop off the stream and go to the gym after we do this. All right. Let's run it. Grinch. Grinch is the winner. Grinch 5636. DM me on Discord. I'll get you your code for 1 month. For the fractal model indicator. Yeah, me? Yeah, you. DM me on Discord. And we'll get you that code. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I mean, the move pretty much played out. We tried to short the continuation here down to the slow. And now we're kind of just chopping around. So that is all I really see this morning. But appreciate you guys coming. If you're new here, like I said, drop a subscribe. Join us in the Discord if you're not already in there. If you want if you want the best discounts on your prop accounts with Lucid, Tradeify, or Apex, use code FEG. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early for stream, 9 a.m. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.